Good morning, everybody. I am in the middle of putting on my makeup. I have a mirror here and then I'm looking at you. But as I was doing this, I decided to make a video. So it's very spontaneous because I had intended to make a video about something completely different this week. However, as I was going through my lashes, and you can see I have a nice little collection of lashes and adhesives, I thought that maybe you might be interested to see how I apply my lashes and the adhesives I use and how I cut the lashes to fit my eyes. So let's get started. With the holiday season here, I know I'll be using my lashes more often than I do at other times of the year because generally I'll wear my lashes in the evening. Sometimes I wear them during the day. I have lashes that I wear just during the day because they're not quite as dramatic. But I sure do like a dramatic eye. So I have quite a collection of lashes and adhesives. And usually I will start with individual lashes during the day. These are double ups by Ardell, double ups. These are the little individual lashes. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you should be able to see that. Is it focusing? Individual lashes that you can use in your eye, in between the lashes on your eye, and make it much more dramatic looking. And if nothing else, it just opens your eye up just a little bit. And so I start with those, but then also I have the Soft Touch Trios, which is individual lashes, and you can see there are 3 little individual lashes that are on a tiny little strip. And that makes it a little easier because you don't have to apply individual lashes between your eyelashes. And then the problem comes up for me. When I use those individual lashes, I tend to just keep applying and keep applying them. And then it comes to a point where I might as well have just used a strip lash. But if I'm really cautious and don't overdo it, then I can stick with the individual lashes. Both of the Ardell individual lashes I was telling you about, the double ups and the Soft Touch Trios, come packaged with 2 different lengths. We have the short ones and then there's medium length. This one has 2 rows of short, 2 rows of medium, and that's the same with the double ups. They have 2 rows of short, 2 rows of medium. So you can choose the length that works best for you. You can use the short on the inner parts of your eye if you find that that's where you want to put your lashes, or in the medium on the outside, or just use the whichever length is best for you for just the outside of your eye. But I tend to go with the mediums on the outer corners of my eye. As for the adhesive that I use on my lashes, I tend to stick with Duo. I have been using Duo lash adhesive for a very long time and it works for me, so if it works, I tend to stay with it. This is a tube of Duo and it puts out a fairly wide bead of adhesive, and then we have the Duo that is the brush on. It puts a smaller bead on your lashes, and I like this as well. And there's different lashes that I use it for, and I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. Now, if you are a fan of Eyelure lashes, you know that Eyelure many times, depending on the packaging, will include their own glue, and it's a teensy tiny. You can see how small that little bottle of adhesive is. Well, I rarely use it. However, it is perfect for putting in your handbag, and if you have a lash that's lifting, you can run in the restroom and make those repairs really easily, and you don't have to keep your entire tube with you. You have a tiny little repair kit. When you're applying the individual lashes, you will pull the lash off the card. You'll see how they're attached. They have a tiny bit of adhesive on them, but believe me, that is not what you're looking for. That adhesive will not hold that eyelash on. So what you want to do is take your lash, and I tend to do this with my fingers, and I'll show you also you can do it with tweezers, or there is a tweezer-like applicator that you can use. And I put a little dot of glue. Did it come out? A little dot of glue. See that little white dot? that. You can use just regular tweezers to put these on. This is the applicator that I'm referring to, and a lot of the lashes you buy will come with this, and I'm not sure, but you might be able to buy this individually. But I tend to apply my lashes with either my fingers, which is the easiest way for me because I know exactly where I want it. Let's see here. And then put them in place. And that little dot of white glue will dry, and you can see already that that is getting a little bit thicker, but just from that one little clump of eyelashes. And then apply as many as you want across your lashes, and you're set for the evening. For daytime use, I tend to use the Eyelure 20s, number 20, and here they are on the card. I'm trying to move these around so you can see them better with the light. But see how very fine these are. I'll turn it to the side. They're very fine. They have a tiny lash strip on it. And you will notice on the card that they show right and left. But most of the time you can tell right and left because you're going to put the longer lashes on the outside of your eye. So with these really fine lashes, that's when I use this brush on glue. It works a tiny little bead. Let's see if I can put that on there for you. Tiny little bead of lash glue. Now, you can barely see how delicate that bead of glue is. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but you will when you are doing this. And then I simply place it on my eyelash just above the line of the lash and smooth it out. These with the small little delicate lash line are easier to put on because they are more flexible. And you have a few minutes to, or I'll say you have several seconds to adjust them. You don't have all day. It'll start drying, and then simply apply some more glue. I'm looking in the camera so I can see. Just simply apply some more glue if it gets too dry for you and you can't work it out. So there we have it. And another little trick you might use is if you have space between your natural lash line and the eyelashes that you're applying. I'm trying to do this and talk at the same time, and it's not easy. But just take a eyeliner or a brow pencil and fill in a little bit. But there's that, and you saw how easy that was. I just attached it easily, and you can see the difference. This one has only mascara. This has this really wispy eyelash, and so we haven't gotten into any dramatic looks yet. This is perfect if you have thin lashes and you want to apply it and you don't want to look like you are going out for the evening. This is your day-to-day wear, or in the evening if you want just a little bit more thickness to your thickness to your eyelashes, then that's what you want to use. As I'm going through my little collection of lashes, I came across the Eyelure 20s again. I have another box of these, and I realized that this indicates that the applicator, the free applicator in the pack. So if you'll look for the Eyelures that have these, you will have the applicator that you can use for all of your lashes. And they come in really handy when you get into the bigger lashes where you can really set them down on your top of your lash line. That comes in really handy. In my collection of lashes, I have one of mine absolute favorite sets of lashes that I have found recently, and I'm going to have to go back to Sephora and get these again to have an extra pair, because I generally will wear them up to 10 times. What you have to remember though is, see, your glue will build up on the lashes, and just take the time to sit and pull that glue off sometimes before you use it again. If not, it builds up and it's just way too thick, but it's pretty easy to peel it off, and then you can reapply your glue and it's like a fresh lash. What happens though is, many times I'll put on lashes and then I put on mascara again just to blend them in, and then after you've done that a few times, it's really difficult to get that mascara off. So then it's when you go on to a fresh pair. But I have quite a few different pairs. I've shown you the Sephora ones that I am going to head to Sephora sometime in the next week or so and get some more. I even have lashes. I haven't used these. I'm kind of saving them for maybe New Year's. These are lashes that have crystals in them. I don't know if you can see that. Are they sparkling? They have little crystals that are attached to the lashes. And I just think, for just the right occasion, without looking ridiculous, I think that these might be cute. So I'm kind of holding on to those for just the right moment to wear them. These I bought, and I think I told you about these last week, is maybe the week before, are the ones that I like. And I haven't bought these particular ones, but I like the lashes that are either half lashes or 3/4, and these are 3/4. These are Eyelashes City Cool, and I'm gonna try those soon. But I bought these, and when I bought them, I know they're too long. They're gonna be too long for my eye. You can see the length of that. Though, I mean, let's say the width. The width of my eye is much smaller than the width of that lash. So I'm gonna show you how to cut these lashes the way I do it. I'm sure there is a professional makeup artist that has a formula to determine exactly where they want that lash to be cut, but I don't. I just tend to use my eye for that. And while I'm unpackaging this, I will find my scissors, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the Ardell foam ink that are too long, and I'm going to see they're attached to the packaging. And like I said, they have a little bit of glue on them. It's just to keep them attached to the packaging. Don't be fooled into thinking that's the glue for your eyelash, because it won't stay on. So what I do is measure it. I put it to the end where I want it to be, and then I start it over here. And then you can start telling where you want that. And then I just simply take this pair of scissors, because if you want them as wide as your eye, that's great. I don't particularly care for it right here in the corner of my eye, so I start cutting. And it's always best to remember, don't overcut it first. Cut a little at a time, because you can always go back and cut more, but you can't add it to it. So don't get scissor crazy and start cutting them too far at first. You'll get used to the idea of cutting them, and you'll know about the length you need. So let me check this out. I feel like that's still a little bit too wide, so I'm going to cut a little more off, and that might be it. Now this is a thicker lash line, so to use the tube of glue on this, because the thicker the lash line, the harder it is to get it to just attach automatically. You're gonna have to hold it there for just a moment. So I'm going to run this bead of glue on this. I'm gonna hold it. Can you see that bead? It's a much wider bead of glue. Now, if you want to, you can take your little attachment, or see, that's the little applicator that I was telling you about. Or if you just have regular tweezers, just use those. Or use your fingers. I mean, there's no set rule to how you do this. So I just set them up here. I've got the center where I want it. I've got the outside edge where I want it. And just start laying it across. And you might want to hold it there for a second and let it attach. You can go up at the corner if you want a little bit, up above your eyelash line. If you want that cat eye look, you can see where we're going with this. Now, I have that on. What do we think? Now, here's what I was talking about. This is a brow pencil I use. It's Anastasia. This is Brown Wiz. The Brow Wiz is Granite, is a color. Now, if you have a space between your lash and your eyelash, your natural eyelash and the lash you just attached, and you want to leave it like that so you have that uplift from the cat eye look, then just take your brow pencil and fill in a little bit, and you'll see the difference. Now, I actually have quite a bit of mascara on, but then I add the lashes, and these are fairly dramatic. I have much more dramatic lashes than that. These are the wispies, but these I love for evening. See? Huge difference. Just wish I had natural lashes like that, but that's not gonna happen. Okay, I've got both lashes on now, and I'm loving that look. These are the Ardell 811s. So if you like that look, you can get these at Ulta. Of course, I've told you about the ones that Sephora has, the flares. Those are also great look. So I hope this was helpful. And if you're out and you see someone with great lashes, don't be jealous. Just go buy your own. Bye.